Hey everybody, just a quick note about chickens. So this year I had ordered my Rangers, my Redbirds, and they're a heritage meat bird. The first 2 years we got them, we got a straight run, and the roosters were just crazy because we ended up like 3 or 4 hens, and the roosters were very amorous. And we're beating up the 3 hens. So we ended up pulling the hens out and throwing them in with the layers. We did not butcher those hens. We kept them. They ended up dying young, about a year old, close to a year old, but they gave double yolker eggs every other day. So for me, it wasn't a waste of feed to keep those 3, because we only had 3. Then last year, I ordered the same birds, but I got all hens, because I didn't want to have to deal with the roosters hurting the chickens, you know, the few hens that we were going to have in there in a straight run. And they were cheaper. So we had them, they average about 7 pounds, 6-7 pounds dressed, which is good. The roosters I could get up to 9. Now we let them go a little bit longer. We would get them in the middle to end of June, and we wouldn't butcher till it cooled off in October before hunting season. This year I couldn't get any. I had in 2 separate orders at 2 different places, called another, couldn't get any heritage breeds. All I could get were these Cornish cross. Well, if you can see right there, that one is dying of heart disease. They were they're going to be 8 weeks old tomorrow. I can't save that one. I'm going to have my husband come out and lift it and I'll pull it out. I lost 3 or 4, and when I got them, because I got 25, I think I'm down to 20. The blackbirds that are in there are, the blackbirds are layers. They came in when the meatbirds came in, so I put them out with the meatbirds. So they'll go in the barn with the layers. But I don't think I will ever buy Cornish cross again. I have some in here that are just not thriving. I don't know whether they don't get food. I have not taken the food away from them. But if you can, well, there's none in here. They don't feather out. Which, you know, if you're worried about plucking, I suppose you might think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing. They get muddy, then they get wet. They don't walk well. They don't forage. I'm out here pulling this heavy chicken tractor around once or twice a day to get them fresh grass and bugs, so they've got a better taste, better diet, and they won't eat it. They'll trample it down, they'll poop all over it. I mean, they're good at pooping, but if you look, they're not eating the grass at all. There's no eating of the grass. They poop it down with poop and it gets matted up, and that's just how they leave it. So I don't know what everybody else's experience is with chickens, but I know a lot of people like their Cornish cross. I don't. You know what? They're not going to be as big. They're not as virile. Virile, is that right? They don't have much vitality. How's that? Yeah, I'm not happy with these Cornish cross mix. So I'm going to put in my order for June as soon as possible for next year. I want to get tin to put on the top now that I can get tin. When we made this, it was in 2020 and you couldn't get tin. It was during COVID, so I had to use the roofing from the barn, and it's super heavy. So I think I'll find some tin and redo the top, and that'll make it lighter and I won't have such a big deal. And you know what? I might spend the money to put one of those chicken tractor steps to raise it, because I'm an old lady and I'm not in shape to be hauling this kind of weight, because you got to worry about running over the chickens, their legs get caught. Yeah. So I'm going to lose that chicken, and that sucks because I've been feeding it so I could feed myself. So that's just how it is. Every year you learn something new, but I will not be buying these again. I'm just not I'm not impressed at all with them. It won't happen. Yeah. My husband doesn't want to do chickens because these guys have just been a hot mess. But I'm like, you know, a sale is $4.50 a pound for the way I raise them. And I don't want to pay $4.50 a pound, especially when I cooked a 9-pound bird from my heritage breed. What I like about the heritage breed is if you can't butcher, you don't have to. With these ones, you have to butcher. And that's a big deal. That's a huge deal because, you know, sometimes life happens and you can't get out to butcher, and then I'm going to lose them. Here's my mowers. You see them? We had a snapping turtle grab one and try and drown it. We managed to help the goose get off the water. The snapping turtle saw us, ran off, but the goose's leg was all cut up, and then the fox got it at night. But circle of life, yeah, but it's hard to watch a goose out there on the pond screaming as it's trying to get dragged underneath. But the snapping turtle was huge, bigger than a basketball. He was huge, or she, whoever it was, but anyway. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that one in the back. It's hardly got any feathers on it. Yeah, I won't do these again. Anyway, I just want to get my 2 cents out about that. Have a great day. Bye.